Hi, how you doing? Ronn James, Real Estate's Most Wanted. We're back with Darren St.Jacques. We're going to be looking at the other element of home inspection, which is looking at our house engineering, and specifically our furnace, water heater, air conditioner. Darren's going to take us through what he looks for, some helpful hints for buyers to kind of go through this with a home inspector, and also for sellers and getting ready for a home inspection. So Darren, let's start with that first. What can a seller do in a home inspection situation to get ready for you to look at this engineering?
Okay, Ron. Well, when I come up to look at the furnace or the hot water tank, obviously I need access.
Okay.
Very often homeowners like to use this space for storage.
Yes.
Something that they should always keep in mind is there's minimum clearances that have to be kept around the furnace for fire reasons. Typically it's 6 inches back and sides, and anywhere up to 24 inches in the front. This particular furnace we can see has to have inlet air, so it should have a good amount of space. We can see we have that here.
How much room do you need from the seller's point of view so that they can get you in here?
Yes, good point. 4 feet would be great. I need room
Is
to
that
get
all the way
in,
around?
all the way around if possible, because I do need to look at everything. I need to look at how everything in behind. I need to look at the base, the cabinets, to check for any type of leakage. So as much space as they can afford me, 4 feet would be great. And then because I'm down on my knees, I'm going to be pulling stuff out. So
Well, let's pull it apart.
all right,
Let's
let's have a look. The first thing we're going to do, and this is typical for homeowners, just to be able to remove this front cover.
And all furnaces have this?
Yeah, all furnaces have an access cover. Okay. Behind it, you've got various other components, depending on the style of furnace that you're dealing with. Okay. In this case, we're dealing with a mid-efficiency furnace, so it's drawing air from the house, as I mentioned.
How do you know it's a mid-efficiency?
Well, you can tell, in this case, for instance, this particular unit is performance 80. Tells me that it gets about 80% efficiency.
Okay.
A high-efficiency furnace would be in the 90-plus range.
Okay.
And it draws its air from outside. So instead of using the air in the house that the furnace is already heated and you've spent money for, it's pulling it in from outside. Okay. So we'll go ahead and remove this cover.
Nice that there. R2D2 here.
Yeah. And then what I'm looking for is just to see if there's any kind of rusting, if I'm getting any moisture back through the vent system here. When it burns the fuels, of course, it has to send it back up through the vent system, up the chimney.
So is this hot? Is this?
At the moment it isn't, and it wouldn't get too hot while it's running, because they're, again, removing 80% of the heat that's coming through there. If it was, it would have to have, in this case, a double wall, as we can see. So there's an air gap between the inner and the outer,
right,
which allows it to be a bit cooler to the touch. And again, what we look for is any kind of frayed or burnt, broken wiring inside, accumulation of dust.
How do we know that it's on and running? Like, I don't see any flames or pilot light or...
No, what typically what you'd see is there is no pilot light on this particular style of furnace. It's using electronic ignition, okay, which is, again, increasing its efficiency, where pilot lights constantly are running, burning gas. This will wait until it needs to come on, and then it sparks, much like your barbecue, right, and ignites that way. And if it was burning, we would see blue flames in these tubes here, which is, right, your burners themselves.
Okay, so now this is the, from a home inspection point of view, what are you looking for here that you want to kind of counsel a buyer on?
Mm-hmm. Well, first thing I look, of course, is the age. I can see this is a 2003 model, so it's only 4 years old. I wouldn't expect to find any issues with this furnace. Again, looking for any type of burnt wiring, any type of backdrafting. If, for instance, I saw there was scorching in this area, any kind of moisture stains or rust from this area would alert me to issues. It could very well be coming in through the roof and coming down again.
Right.
And anything that you get in here that's rust-wise or scorching means there's an issue, and they should call in a qualified HVAC person, HVAC, to come in and actually fix the problem if there is one and maintain it.
No, you see these all the time, the filters that are here. Do you have to change that? How often do we change it?
Yeah,
once a year, like your battery for your smoke detector?
Not once a year. Good question. I recommend every 3 months it should be replaced, depending on the lifestyle. Some people with pets, of course, will pick up pet hair and so forth, and may need to change it faster than others. Some people who maybe live near construction sites or major roadways would also pick up more debris. But the best thing is check it monthly. If you first buy your house, check it every month to see on its longevity. But 3 months typically is good. Some people could stretch it to 6. So, and in this case, we can see that it's a pleated filter, which are one of the better choices out there. By its pleats alone, it has a larger area to capture any kind of dirt and dust.
Excellent.
We look at the venting up here, Ron. The furnace vent comes up, and of course there is a minimum requirement for a slope on this vent. This more than meets that requirement. It's a 1/4 inch per foot of length, and some you'll see where it just gradually takes off. As long as there's that amount maintained, it's okay, because you want your gases to go uphill. This one here, again, it's the gas-fired hot water heater. Just ties right in at that Y and takes it up through the same vent. It goes up through to the roof.
Now, from a home inspection point of view, you're looking for what in a hot water tank?
Well, not an awful lot, to be honest with you, because it's all contained and it's very basic. But I am definitely looking to see if there's any rusting, any moisture issues. The gas line itself, make sure that it's got a proper shut-off on it. As we can see, both areas it does. If there was an issue or maintenance had to be done, this could be turned off and isolated from the rest of the house, yet still maintain your heat and or hot water.
So your recommendation, this is a good furnace?
It's a good furnace, Ron.
All right. Thank you so much. And for more information, please check the website. I'm Ronn James, Real Estate's Most Wanted.